Greetings, world and beautiful Femi. I am Richard,
And I am Gary.
and together we are rocking.
Pandora's
Box!
box.
Woo! We love you back. We got it. We got it. We got it. Yay! Oh my God, Gar, this is so fun. We got it, Femi. Welcome to today. I believe is our 22nd episode.
Yeah, it's it's actually my 22nd week, obviously, of being on YouTube.
Okay, so look at all the angel numbers, two twos are sacred, 22 weeks, 22 episode, a beautiful four. Fours are my angel numbers. I love it.
Superb. Synchronicity.
Yay!
Synchronicity. We've obviously had quite an interesting week this week, Richard, but
We did.
I'll start with you. How's your week been, Richard?
Oh my God, Gar, I had a great, fantastic week. Um, A lot has happened, as I am sure a lot has happened to all of you, Femi. Yeah, and we are in such rapid times right now, like a boomerang season. Wherever we put our attention to, it happens not in 2 weeks, but like almost like pronto, right? And so I had a very busy week and a very surprising, beautiful week. As we got Femi a beautiful shout out from one that I've always looked up to, who I call the Gypsy Queen, Miss Isabella. Tarot by Isabella. And she she gave a beautiful shout out, and twice. I love that the first name she mentioned in her shout out in her video about scams and taking a holiday, she came to Gargar first, right? Mentioned him twice. And I was just like breathing with such joy. And then she mentioned our brother, who I've never met, but I do like love very much, Mark R. Atwood.
Yeah, Mark Atwood, yeah.
And so I'm still like smiling at the two times of Gary, and then I hear my name. Richard Cardinal. And you could see when she takes off her glasses, she smiled. And I could, because, I have the same gift. So I could see that she all of a sudden remembered me with the long hair, the tattoos, the I love you back, ow, like all that stuff. And it went into her mind. And oh my God, that was like such an amazing gift. This was like, Gary, you'll explain after. But for me, like I'm not someone who's starstruck. I have in my hand since I'm a kid. I got Farrah Fawcett, okay. I got Iron Maiden, like stuff like this. But in the tarots, yes, of course, I learned tarot from Tarot by Janine, but I always resounded more to Isabella, just in the sense. And I love Janine, but I love the Gypsy Queen aspect of tarot by Isabella because I can feel it's something that's passed on. It's like lineage. It's I would see her with like beautiful ankle bracelets, and like dancing to gypsies, tramps and thieves, like to a beautiful bonfire. Like I've always had this vision of her, and to hear my name after yours and Mark, like my whole like heart exploded in such gratitude. Like I was like, and I'm getting it now, like the flesh of the goose in my neck. Wow, like to be recognized about someone that you look up to, Femi, is the world.
It is.
That's how my week was. And I want to let you talk now before I babble too much. How was your week? How do you feel, Gargar?
Well, nothing happened at all, obviously, in my week either.
This guy. I was
No,
so bored.
I have to say, I was sort of out and I got a message from Richard, and it was like, oh my God, go to like 11 minutes and 30 seconds on Isabella's newest one, and I was like, oh, okay. So and there's my name being called out, and I'm like,
Twice.
twice, and it's like, oh my God. Oh my
Hmm.
God. And then Richard's name's called out, and I'm like, yay. And then Mark Atwood, who's, I mean, to be fair, Mel has been following Mark Atwood from the beginning of her journey, and she absolutely
Yes.
loves, she loves Mark Atwood.
But
So,
he's very genuine, right?
yeah,
Like I've
yeah.
never met him, but maybe one day after this.
Maybe one day after this, but
No.
yeah, I mean, Mel absolutely loves Mark, and I've watched Mark a fair bit, to be fair, and he doesn't pull any punches, and he tells it how it is from the hip, but in love
He's
and in the right.
honest, he's sovereign and genuine.
Yes, yeah, yeah, and he's always been true to himself, and to be fair to Mark, he will have and has had some very interesting characters on his show that others may not have really had, but he gives everybody the same opportunity to have the conversation and
Yes.
express, which is all credit to Mark, So that shows the mark of somebody for me
And
personally.
I'd love to branch in a little bit on this because this is very good that you say this, right? Because all of us, right, who are like lighter beings and creating like these platforms in order to have discussion, it's in order to help trigger or glimmer our inner truth by trusting what we feel. So, like not every time that I'll have a conversation or a video with someone that I agree with everything they say, but that's not me to judge, right? Because there is always more than one truth out there. It depends on a lot of stuff. How you look at it, which timeline are you coming from, what aspects are coming back to the singularity with its memory. So there is all that, right? So even when, we have discussions, it's okay. Like, I don't agree with everything that Gary says, but I do see his point, and I'm sure it's the same thing, vice versa. We are here to help you expand,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Gar,
yeah.
gar,
No,
gar?
no,
Yeah.
no, totally. I mean, recently I had an email from somebody, and they were expressing how they felt about somebody on YouTube, and I basically said, you know, you are not wrong and you're not right. If you feel it, it's right, and just don't watch them anymore. You know, it's if I mean, there's some very very good people out there who don't resonate with me, and it doesn't mean they're bad people. It doesn't mean they're wrong. It doesn't mean I'm wrong or I'm right. It just means I just don't resonate with that message or the way they come across, and so
Hmm.
I don't watch them. But as Richard quite rightly said, you know, it's a personal thing, and we don't have to agree, and we always have the option of not watching somebody or watching somebody because we have the free will to do so. There's an on and off button fundamentally, and it's for us to decide who we want to see and who we don't.
Yes,
So,
Gar Gar, I agree with all that, but I'm going to bring another log to the fire pit. Because I had to like deal with this myself in the past, right? So sometimes, is it just that we don't resonate? And if we don't resonate, it's because they're saying untruths. Maybe not. Sometimes we got something on our mind called our good friend, or, a parasitical friend called the ego. What is that? So things that we strongly have attachments to or certain beliefs, that's where the ego could come in. And that's sometimes where your higher self might come in conflict with. Okay, you ask your higher self, like, how do I resonate to this? If you don't come like of a place or a standard that is without expectation or is sovereign, and you have an attachment, your higher self could like get in the way a little bit. And I know this and I share this because I went through this in the past. So there's also that. It's not just I don't resonate. Okay, you cannot resonate, but why are you not resonating? Is it because you already had a thought, an attachment, and a core belief that is unshakable? So then when we hear something different from the other spectrum, again, as our beloved Sonia says, we live in yin yang, right? So there's
yeah,
the two there. So like, like higher self will never lie to you. Of course it won't. But when we question it is usually because we have this like attach and I get the attachments. Like I always call myself like a fanatic. What does that mean? Okay, maybe I'm not using the right word. I like the word because I'm a rock and roll rebel, but it's like it's there's never been gray for me. It's like bored, adore. So, since I love Fair Fawcett, Trans Am Firebirds, Iron Maiden, Lido, like I go all out. I collect everything about them. So I call myself a fanatic. So, like that could come in the ego. See, I love Firebirds or Fair Fawcett so much. Like, could that be in my way when I look into my higher self?
Mm.
Now, I know about Farrah Fawcett, no, because I've channeled her. She's just not ready to make a channeling video because she's making art, babies. That's what she's doing in the after. She's doing art with her body and she's revisiting all the movies she's done, alternate different endings to her movies. She's just having fun. She was like a real the parasites came after her and well, you know what, she always remained herself. And I know it's not about Farrah Fawcett, but you know my gar, if I can talk about Farrah, I'm gonna do it.
And you're going to be happy. I know, I know, I know.
So there,
Yeah.
bye. Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, Richard sent me the video and I watched it and I have to say I was completely blown away.
you
I
were.
mean, completely in shock. I mean, I've been watching Isabella for a long, long time. I can't remember how many years. Um, really, before I was even particularly interested in tarot, I was watching Isabella because
Mm,
she resonated and was right more often than not, which is a difficult thing to be these days,
mm.
consistently on it, So yeah, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And as from that, um I have literally doubled my subscription in the last 2 days. So so I've actually hit 3,000 over 3,000 followers. And
Gary, woo!
oh, thank you, Fami. And I should actually say a
Thank
warm
you, Isabella.
welcome to all our new viewers who will be watching this show.
Yeah.
And thank you very much to Isabella for calling our names out and promoting us and saying that she liked our energy. I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, it's just oh, I'm still blown away by it. Really, to be fair, I'm still so yeah, I've now gone over 3,000 subs. And Richard, it had a good positive effect for you as well, didn't it, in that respect?
Brother, it did. Yes, I was like mind blown because see what I said early on? Everything is a boomerang season right now. I was having a conversation with my higher self. Like, I'm so grateful with my YouTube because, guys, what happened is I made a decision. Okay. I don't do Facebook. I don't do Instagram. Like, I'm focusing everything on the family, and the family is built on YouTube. So I'm giving all of my energy here to you, La Famille. So some people, why aren't you on Facebook? Because that's how where my family is. So I'm here. And like around 9,000, I was at 9,300. I was saying like, well, maybe I hit a wall, and that's okay. But I'd get like one subscriber a day. The next day I'd lose two. The day after, gain one. It was a small track stopped in traffic kind of back and forth. And I was just meditating on this. And then, I started thinking, well, does it have to do because I don't want to do politics anymore? Because I really don't want to. Okay. That's not who I am. I want to like do what I am called on to. And every time that I meditate every day and all the information that is for humanity in the golden era and Gaia and our creator, and we are all creators. That's where I choose to be, following with my sister Honey Golden, okay, that I adore. So this is where I'm going. So, there was a time where I was maybe more like just a regular tarot reader, like, okay, so you want to know about governments and politics. I'm done. I'm done. You all know this. I'm just saying this right now because that's where I was this week reflecting, Maybe I've just hit a wall because I don't want to do what I used to do. Because Femi, I made more money when I talked about what I used to. I'm making half the money now. And it's okay because I'm sovereign and I know what my voice is for. And it's for your future, my future, because we are one. We are integrated. We are all the one. We are all Neo from the Matrix. So I'm thinking all this and then bam, the next day. Okay? Someone I look up to so I mean I really look up to. Remember the word fanatic. Like to me, she's like the gypsy queen. No one can compare to Isabella. And then I went from 9,300 like 1,000 like in 24 hours. So
Amazing.
all of you beautiful new family members, welcome to the family. You're gonna love it here. Okay, it's an expansion to Isabella, to Gary, to Richard, to Honey Golden, to Anina from Vivider. We are all regrouping. All of us have the same throat chakra of voice. We're the new generation. And you will love it here, the new members, because there is only but love in the comments. The family look after each other. There's never any warring. And negative comments, I'm probably one of the few. I keep them up. Deal with your comment. If it's intelligent, I'll answer it back. If it's like an insult, I'm not going to be like that YouTuber, that reader that's going to feel like attacked. No, swim with the sharks. Because this, you're surrounded by mama bears, granny bears, and they're your best friends. We are all one. We are all Neo. So welcome, new babies, to La Famille. Yay!
Superb. Yeah, and say
Hmm.
for me, obviously, I want to thank my long term. I say long term, 22 weeks for but the support I've had, and there's one person I want to call out particularly of the Femi who has shared my work from day one and really been supportive, and has actually shared mine and Richard's work continuously on Isabella's Telegram channel, and that's Jolanda. So, Jolanda, mwah, thank you very much for your sharing of mine and Richard's work that has without doubt put us in the shop window of Isabella in the first place. So thank you very much for your support. We
Yes.
really are blown away by that. And that goes to the whole Femi, not just Jolanda, but all of you, because I know a lot of you share the work. There's obviously when Richard puts stuff up, I often see on Tarot by Isabella's Telegram channel. Richard we be shared by a couple of different people, and I often will be as well. And we really, really do appreciate that. So, we are one big, wonderful family. But obviously haven't been going very long, particularly, but I obviously want to thank Richard for giving me the first opportunity 22 weeks ago to do this. So thank you very much, Richard. You're a star, and I love you. Thank you for the opportunity.
I
And
love you, bro.
I, I also I want to thank Maten for his support as well from
We love Metam.
the two
Yeah.
Plutonic Planes. Very, very good channel, guys. Well worth checking out with the human design. Um, Recently, I've done the shows with Sonia from the Tree of Knowledge. She's amazing. Her knowledge she really is the Tree of Knowledge.
Well,
So
she's really like a mix of you and me, isn't she?
she
The
is.
knowledge you have and the rock and roll energy of me.
She is.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
love Sonia.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's awesome. And also Gordon. I've done a couple of shows, and actually, there's a cracking show coming out tomorrow. And Gordon is from the Peaceful Rebellion. He's on YouTube, and again, he's one of the first ones that Mel first came across, and he really did help. And so he's very, very good for you guys that are a little bit newer, and you want somebody who's a nice, calming influence almost. He's the guy for you. But he actually did, and I have to say, this is one of the most, how can I put this, authentic
Oh,
interviews I've ever heard. And he talks about ayahuasca with me, and the good bits and the bad bits. and there's nothing
Because
left
there
on.
is bad bits for sure. There
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's nothing left on the table on this interview, and I'll be posting that tomorrow, Monday, and so Gordon is a very, very good one to do, and of course, um, the other one is the lovely Jenny May who did the crystal one, and
My best friend.
yeah, and in the near future at some point, hopefully we'll be doing another crystal show,
Yeah,
but
she wants to do one.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, I've been really blessed to have some top quality people to do collaborations with in such a short time, and I'm really, really blessed with that. So, thank
It's
you
because
to
your
everybody.
frequency is like like rippling out in the right light, buddy.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it is. And so, what Richard was saying earlier, when you're putting out a frequency, and how can I put this? There is no mask with Richard, and there's no mask with me.
No.
What you see is what you get. You know. Richard is true to himself, and I'm true to myself. I say everything as I see it, and it's up to you guys to make your mind up. I don't want to ram it. I'll give you the information and do with it what you want. That's always the way I've been and tried to be, because it's not about you must do this or you must do that. It's about putting information out and you taking that information and doing your own research or not and seeing where it leads. And it's just about building the knowledge up and understanding this realm, this crazy, crazy realm, a bit more than perhaps you did before you've seen a show or two about certain subjects that we bring up, you know?
Hmm.
So this shows fundamentally, which we should have probably said at the beginning, is gratitude.
Gratitude.
Gratitude, baby, because we are in gratitude for Isabella, but also everybody else who we do our collaborations with. We really are. And also our friends and family that support us. It's gratitude. But something about gratitude is when we give gratitude out in love, it always comes back, as Richard just said, the boomerang of I'll put my teeth in now, the boomerang effect. And what happens is when you give out love and gratitude, but for the right reasons, not because you want something,
Hmm.
it's just because you're happy to share and you're in that place in your life where, it always comes back, and it always comes back in spades. And so you get the internal gratitude of that reflection of the energy. And, you know, amazing, amazing.
Absolutely amazing. And I also want to share a lot of gratitude as well, because I did mention because you know what, with Isabella, this was like a dream come true for me. But another dream come true that had happened to me is I was following Honey, and now she's like, we are kin, right? We just had our first higher self course and we connect, and she's coming to visit me soon. And so, it's all fun, all that. So I mentioned her. I mentioned Anina from South Africa, from Vivid Earth, who I adore. But there's also one who is like a very angelic energy that both Gary and I know, who I'm very grateful, and it's Jenny. Loved by Tarot, Jenny. This woman, okay, I mean, she's an absolute muse, very much like how I see my best friend Jenny May. Angelic, fair elemental, inspiring. Whenever you listen to them laugh, giggle, you come out of a downer, you come out of a slumber. Their energy is so beautifully like in lined and on fire with the elemental worlds that you get creative. So, Jenny, I love you. There was no way I was going to forget you in here.
No, 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 no. And again, Jenny deserves special mention because I have had several conversations with Jenny over whether I should put up certain videos in the beginning, which were not risque, but certainly one or two that were a little bit out there. And
Mhm.
Jenny's support of me has been amazing. So again, Jenny, thank you very much. And although I haven't done a collaboration with Jenny, Jenny's always been there in the background for me. And so You
Yeah.
know, she is, I mean, her energy, oh my God, talk about shines like a lighthouse. It's beautiful,
I
beautiful.
mean, whenever I talk to her, I feel like a little boy. I feel like I feel giddy. I feel like I got a crush on her, but it's not like the trying to possess the light. It's just like she becomes so beautiful to me. I become giddy and I get like all her energy, like a beautiful lighthouse full of elementals and the angelics.
Yeah, yeah. Jenny's
Yep.
amazing.
Yeah.
And again, on certainly, I mean, like we all know how gifted Richard is, you know. And
Oh.
but putting Richard to one side, out of all the tarot card readers I see, and I do look at quite a few, um, you know, Jenny is right up there with Isabella for sure. You know,
She is.
yeah. And also there's another one that I like a lot, which is UK Tarot Tales, a lady called Caroline, and
I don't know her.
no,
Yeah.
no, and I speak to her or message her on thing, and she does the odd reading, and she did a reading the other day on one of my crazy ideas, and bless her, she's a lovely lady, and she's got her own style as well, you know. So amazing people, all of these guys are amazing people, but again, as Richard was saying, find your own way. As you start watching people, some will resonate more, and the more you you connect to your heart and your gut center, not this, your heart and your gut. It will lead you, and you will find these people because after you watch somebody like Jenny, you've got a smile on your face. You feel
You
lighter.
always, yeah, you hang up like, oh, I'm having a great day now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And these are the kind of people that not that you I'm not telling you that you should be watching, but these are the kind of energies that I personally like to watch. Now there's people that I've been watching for many years and I don't watch them anymore
You
because
outgrow them.
you
That's
are
what happens,
yeah,
Gargar. Yeah.
not only do you outgrow them, but also sometimes they struggle in their personal and their energy drops. And I'm at the stage now, and I'm sure Richard is the same, where if somebody's energy is off, I can no longer watch them. And
Yes.
it's not that, and again, this goes back to what Richard said in the beginning. You know, it's not that they're bad, it's not that they're good, it's not our ego or our higher self or anything. It's just that frequency coming off them is just not quite there for me, and I just take a step back. They're still doing brilliant work. They're still putting out amazing content, but at the moment, I can't. Um, I don't resonate with that frequency at the moment. And so I'm stepping back from one or two people, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing
And
wrong with
thank
that
you
at
for
all.
saying that, Gary, because this brings me to like what is it a situation? It's a thing. So often I'll get like emails because my email address is up in the public. So often I'm gonna get like a lot of emails on looking onto things that I don't want to look into anymore because exactly just that. I don't want to break, like I'm over it. I don't want to lower my frequency too much on things that I'm trying to that do not resonate anymore,
Yeah,
right? So you were saying like we could follow someone and all of a sudden we outgrow them because we've outgrown the situation of the framework of the story. That is why.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And again, something that we must always be mindful of is if we're looking into something that's quite negative, okay, our attention gives that energy and we're feeding it whether we intentionally want to or not. We feed it, and that boomerang effect comes back, and it
And it
will come
lowers
back,
us.
and it will lower your own frequency, you know. And again, my favorite saying is observe, do not absorb.
Yes, I love
some
that.
but some things I do not observe anymore. I don't look at it,
Mm.
you know. I flick through stuff, of course I do. I run a channel. I have to be relevant. I have to know what's going on in the world, but to a very superficial level where I'm flicking across. Oop, Wind's just picked up.
The wind in your house? Okay.
Yeah. I got the window open. I think we're due a storm in a little while. It's
I just had one before coming on, and I had to like stop and run. My whole Firebird was drenched with the windows open.
oh,
Oh,
talk about Firebird, guys. Now
yeah,
this is
yeah, tell it, tell
oh,
it.
this is really so in England we have very few American cars. Very few.
Yeah.
Obviously there are American cars, but there's not that many. And to see one driving around on the roads is quite a rare thing, fundamentally, where I am. Um, you're more likely to see a sports car like a Porsche or a Ferrari or a Lamborghini than you are an American car. You know what I mean? It's that kind of um, not that I live in a posh area, but just up the road there's Lotus factory. So if you're heading along the A11, which is one of our main roads, you'll often see like Lotus cars driving around because they're from the factory. But today, me and the lovely Mel we're going shopping just to pick up a few bits. And as I came up to a roundabout, coming round this roundabout was a gold Trans Am Firebird with the black Firebird on the bonnet with the spoiler on the back. And I was like, oh my God, Richard's just manifested himself, time traveled onto into England and is heading to my house. Obviously he wasn't, but what are the chances of seeing the identical kind of car that Richard has and the fact that it's so rare in the UK anyway, just driving along the road? I mean, wow, mind blowing,
But see, this
crazy.
is all like I love this story, and that's all the boomerang thing right now because everything is happening um coincidence doesn't happen. Okay, like fluke doesn't happen. Everything that's happening into our life right now in this boomerang effect has got a lot of meaning. So where you set your mind, your intention, or if your mind and intention is in the right progress and enhancement sponsored by Higher Self, you're going to get telltale signs. You're going to get the angel numbers, like you 2222 two
Yeah,
times in a row.
yeah,
My Firebird, and that just after Isabella gave us a shout out.
yeah. I know it's crazy. Uh,
Boomerang.
and what?
There's because I know you, it's too humid where you live to have my car.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's even too humid for me where I live in Canada. This
yeah.
is American muscle. Yeah.
Yeah. No, in England, if that car came out in the winter, it would dissolve by the time it's done 2 miles down the road. Literally dissolve. But one of the other numbers that I see an awful lot in the personal is 11s or ones, 111s. So I'll look at the clock and it'll be 10:01 or it'll be 10:11,
Mhm.
or 10:001. So I'm constantly getting ones. Ones is my main number that I see all the time. And
Well, it's a great awakening number, other
yeah.
ones.
It's
Yeah,
it's the portal. It's a transformation. It's
it
moving
is.
forward into something else. And and again, for me, what numbers do you see? Leave us comments. And what do those numbers mean to you guys?
I love that.
Because we all see numbers, and there'll be certain numbers that we see. What do they mean to you, and what do you associate these numbers with? Or do you not see numbers at all, and we're just crazy?
And if you don't see numbers, now that you heard our discussion, you will start seeing numbers. I see the fours a lot. So what does that mean? I saw always 444. It could be 144, 441, 444. I got a feeling a lot of people are gonna I get the number five. I'm gonna get a lot, we're gonna get fives.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
feeling fives a lot from
yeah.
the Femi.
Because five always for me is a transitional period.
Five is big right now, yeah.
Yeah. And again, we are really going into a transitional period. In fact, Richard, would you like to pull
Yes.
would you like to pull the cards for the Femi
Of course I
on
do. I always want to do cards.
on at the moment? I again, a couple of people have done cards on this, and I know what they've come up with, but I believe this month is a transitional month,
It is.
and
I've done it. Oh, please hold.
oh yes, and we're going to get the flip of the hair, guys.
Flip the hair.
Oh, lovely.
Of course, I'm gonna flip. So yeah, a new day, a new dawn with the page of wands. So that is a new bright adventure, uphill, looking up.
Yeah, yeah,
Go on with your
yeah,
question. So that's in the past right now.
yeah,
So
yeah.
go on.
So it feels to me at the moment I could cut the energy with a knife, and I mean physically cut the energies with a knife. Now, something that I noticed 2 days ago,
Hmm.
for no reason whatsoever, I was super titchy, super short-tempered, as if,
That's a big one for a lot of people right now.
yeah, yeah,
I was a victim to this with my poor mom too.
really,
Yeah, well, I didn't want to, but I was.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I nearly bit the beautiful Mel, and she hadn't done anything wrong, and it was me,
Yeah, because she never does anything wrong. She's gorgeous and a sweetheart.
and she's
Sure.
perfect.
Yeah,
Oh
so go lick her feet now.
no, yeah, no, but I was aware of it, and like I got this rush of energy come through me, and I was like, "What on earth is that?" God, whoa, calm down, Gary. But something, and it's the energy, and Mel, because the beautiful Mel feels energies too, just like we do. She's very switched on, Cookie.
Yeah, she's a beautiful empath with a lot of off-world knowledge in
Yeah,
her.
and she's feeling at the moment super super. Something's changing, something's wrong it's yeah, and
It's
so
not wrong. It's
no,
vomiting the matrix.
yes, yeah, 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 there's a big change, something's going on.
Yeah,
So
that's what's
again,
happening.
with the cards, just a
Mhm.
general pull on this energy, because again, we can be in gratitude and we can be in love and all that stuff, which is lovely, but we have to be mindful that we don't always feel that way. And sometimes we get, for no reason, that "Rah," and we want to bite everybody's head off, you know.
Yes. So
And
it's
if
a
Rich,
reminder.
yeah, and if Richard's felt that this week, I've felt this week. Femi,
Everyone's felt this.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you guys have as well. You know, mindfulness of this kind of energy coming through. So, Richard, what have we got with the cards,
Okay, so
please?
the first card that jumped out, as Femi, is the Page of Wands. So this is something about passion. It's a fire element. Gary is talking about like losing patience. That would be fire energy. But it's in regards to having a new day, a new dawn, because him, like the Fool, is like high hopes, a new beginning. But that's yesterday, before all of July has happened. Now we're going to move into, yeah, they're sticky because of the humidity. We got the world. Dolly Parton is here. Look at her new
Whoa, lovely
implant I
Dolly.
gave her. Try to censor me now, YouTube. We have a new day, a new dawn, because the old world has stopped in order to have a rebirth. Then we are working on something new. This guy loves to like carve his gold coins. It's a working project. It's not being in prison, in jail. It's not like those movies I loved when I was a teenage boy, like Chained Heat or Reform School Girls. No, this is like a labor of love. Then in the now moment, I don't read upside down. I don't even have a time to put my cards. I'm so busy all the time. But know this, even if it came like this, I made a pact with higher self. I never read upside down. So the real meaning for me, Richard, you're Richard, is upside straight. So we are holding the world in our hand. This is the portal that Gary has been talking about with his ones, with his 11s. You're holding Gaia in your world, in the portal, ready to make plans for your new future. Then we have at the heartbeat, that's a heartbeat, ba-bam, ba-bam, where all the witch of the tower are all coming online, beauties. Then, I saw the card after. So, in regards to inner conflict or inner warring, warring of information or playing with the mind, fives are short lived, but that's what it is. So, we're making big changes, and this is what I saw that made me giggle. We now have the counterpart, the King of Wands. So, we got the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Wands at the heartbeat, the center of my spread. And for me, Richard, the heartbeat is where the whole story lands at. She is the intuitive. She is the witch. She is follow your intuition. But now after, she is here in regards to what? Inner conflict, inner war ring, war of wars, and then the king is here. I'm loving that. Followed is King of Swords. So, wow, there is so much here. Everything he speaks about truth, justice of the mind. We had after the Queen of Wands, she's here because of all the information that is wrong with the news, the information, our mind. After the King of Wands, we got the King of Swords. So he is bringing justice. We got one queen, we got two kings, and two kings side by sides, Femi. Then we got the cavalry coming in. Hi ho, Silver. So yes, for July, this is happening. Maybe more. Well, we're already halfway through July. This is my ninth card. So that is a form of high ho silver coming in. So towards the end of July, I don't know what it's going to look like, Gary,
No,
but
nor
something
me.
is very massive. And then for the clarifiers, I got financial system. Okay, this is the king of pineapples. And then I got at the heartbeat. Wow, about children or a youthful offering or something about emotions. And then we got the higher ground at Warwick. I'm gonna go for my Goldens. Under deck of the Goldens is our creator. So highest up our soul in universe. What Gary said.
Cheat.
Well, my higher self heard you, right? So we have as above, so below, the magician. What you can focus on, you can attract boomerang season. Then we have Dolly Parton again for the 2 times. The world, the end of a cycle for the rebirth of another one. This one's going to be important. Yeah, sponsored by Gaia Mother Earth. We're gold. So yes, the answer is yes. I've done a video for July because we're still talking about July, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, we
Yes.
are. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I did one and I said it was going to be rock and roll, but not everything is real from what I remember posting in. I think it was called my predictions or spiritual prediction. Anyways, I remember it. There's going to be a lot. Not all of it is real. There is going to be some real things. I saw like the octopus, the tetra, being beheaded, but its last tentacles were programming like sleepers. When I say sleepers, I'm not talking about we're awake and our brothers and sisters are asleep. I'm talking about MK things that go and create havoc.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Did you like my reading? Did it like because I
That was
lose myself when I
no, no.
read.
That was all. I
So
mean,
okay.
we got three kings.
We got three kings, dude.
Yeah, and we got the
It
world.
feels wrong calling you dude. We got three kings, gar gar.
That's much better. Thank you.
I know. I feel so much better now. Dude, what the fuck? What the hell was that?
No, so we got three kings, which is quite an unusual thing to pull, especially when
It's
we had
rare.
queens as well, and
At the heartbeat.
we had the flip flop twice. You know, change the
The world?
the world.
The Dolly Parton? Yeah. I
And so,
love saying Dolly Parton
well,
because
two
I'm
Dolly
always gonna say
Partons,
that.
two Dolly Partons is four boobs. You're four again.
It's my four, yes. And you got the two of
Two
wands. You
wands as
like.
well, going
Can you
through
give me a
portal.
second? Like, no one's at my door, but I actually got to go to the washroom.
No problem.
Okay. Will you entertain the Femi?
Of course, I
You're
will.
so cute. Mwah. I'll be back, Femi.
So yeah, it's really interesting that the energies are really building up at the moment, and Richard's reading clearly shows this. There's a lot of changes going to come. Some will be good initially, and some will not be seen as good. Um, I'm sure other tarot readers will be doing stuff as well. Now, later in this month, which is quite interesting on Richard's reading, is the Mercury retrograde, and I think it comes in on something like the 18th, something like that, which is, nearly a week away, 5 days, something like that, 5 days or so. And I do think that that's going to be a big energy again. So it could be a time to be mindful of how we feel and how we're being triggered or not by certain things, because the energies are going to be huge. And so we could end up snapping at loved ones or getting frustrated over stuff at the moment. And it's certainly been worth being mindful of this. It really is. The gratitude of the external, but also the gratitude of the internal. And I don't mean that in a narcissistic way. What I mean is, think how far we've come. Think how far you, beautiful Femi, have come to get to this point. How you've changed, all the things you've gone through to get to this point, and what amazing journeys we've all had, all of us, all individual journeys, but also collective, because we're moving in the same direction, like a herd of wildebeest almost. But it's this internal gratitude of, well done, everybody. When's the last time you guys actually sat down and said, well done to yourself, in the gratitude of the internal? Because it's
I did
really
it this
important.
morning.
Well, you're just special, aren't you? You get the apple to sit at the front next to the teacher, then, don't you?
Well, and the worst is that I always love being at the back of the class, like, like that rebel, like not necessarily mischievous, but, like a cocky. I had a good heart, but, the teacher never wanted the apple. She wanted like the cocky one that respected her or
Yeah, yeah,
him,
yeah,
or
yeah,
usually it was her. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, so this gratitude of the internalization of you guys is, you know, when's the lot again, this is something that's worth perhaps you guys doing. Recently I got a very strong message from my higher self to start
Hmm.
meditating more. I have to say I'm pretty slack at that kind of thing. Richard does it every day, at
I
least
do it
once a
every
day.
day.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. As I would do it once a week, or, when the wind blew and that I fancied it. But my higher self has been
Because you're
much more,
online. You're more and more online.
yeah. But also in these meditations, think about the things that you've done and you've achieved and how far you've come. And remember, love yourself and forgive yourself for things, because the harshest critic in the world is you. It's your own mind that causes these problems.
It does very much. And Gary, thank you for bringing this up. Femi, I would love to bring this up. Because that's the problem, right? I used to have, and when I like surrendered to it, what does surrender mean? Surrendering is not a negative thing. It is being made aware that you do not have to hold such high expectations and therefore like create a havoc on yourself. So you surrender to the universe. It's actually a sign of the leap of faith. It is a very strong sign that your ego is not in the way. When I meditate, I don't do what I did 5, 6 years ago. I'm laughing because I got the storm again and I got squirrels jumping in my windows. It's just like so bizarre. Like I feel like I'm a Fellini movie right now looking at my windows. you know? Anyways, so meditating, I do it like in the shower. I do it while I'm walking. I do it in bed. So what do I mean in bed? I'm not going to sleep. It's just like, okay, I'm tired. I finished a Zoom with a family member, and I have 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go like just take 5 minutes and do pat nap. I do my meditation there. Okay, it's not it's not always crystals, burning sage, or dragon's breath. It could just be anything you want. That is a form of meditating, and that's what I've discovered after all these years. Because at the beginning, okay, you're gonna laugh at me, Femi, or maybe some of you are actually doing this now. At first, I was so in a rush to get in contact with the best way that I could be with my inner fire, my inner flame, my higher self, that I'd put a beanie, like those little beanie hats, and I'd cover it to here, and I'd put like a crystal cord here. I put some on this. I'd have them all wrapped in my hands. Like I'd be like hold two major ones in my hands, and then I'd be like going deep down and going into the tongue. It was fantastic. It helped me. But we don't need to do that anymore. Okay, the fight is over. We don't have to fight so much. All you got to do is take that little moment and meditate. So, Gary, that could be like an advice for you. Like,
Yeah,
there's you do it when you go in nature and make your
I do.
videos.
I do.
That's
I
what
do.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By meditating, I mean like to properly sit down and give myself half hour, 45 minutes. And I do that and try and do that nearly every other day now. But I also do meditate a lot, and I'll sit there on the bed and I'll go somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's almost Femi like daydreaming,
Traveling.
daydreaming. And
Mm.
I'll daydream off and go off, and I'll come back. And when I come back, invariably I'll have an idea, or something will have clicked into place that my higher self's just given me a little nudge, or just allowed my brain to process something where I've not actually been here in this realm
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
You know, very, very subtle. I mean, I can remember when I first sort of like wanted to start meditating, and there's a friend of mine called Loops, bless her, and I said to her, I can't meditate. I
Yeah.
was doing my head in. I went, oh my God.
Because you were too much in your head.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I was like, how
why.
do you meditate? How do you meditate? And she said, well,
Hmm.
you just sit there and switch your head off. I said, and then what do you do? What are you meant to do after that? She said,
Yeah.
nothing. I was like, what? She's
I
like,
don't compute. Bing, bing, bing,
yeah,
breakdown.
yeah. No, there must be more to it than that. There must be, what do you mean you just sit there and do nothing, And she
Mhm.
said, "No, you sit there, do nothing, you connect to yourself. And then once you start to do that, within a short space of time, things will start to happen." And
And who
she,
was this? Was that Bernie?
no, it was a friend of mine called Loops. Um,
Okay.
yeah. And,
Because Bernie's here right now.
oh, hello, Bernie, darling.
Yeah, Bernie
Um,
is here.
for
I
all the,
love Bernie. She feels very Whitney Houston energy,
oh,
Bernie.
she was a diva. Yeah,
Because,
yeah, yeah.
oh my God, now Whitney's in back of Bernie.
Yeah, for the lovely Femi,
Wow.
Bernie was one
I
of my,
love Bernie.
yeah, she was one of my best friends. She was my best friend. And I'm going to tell the Femi a story about how I manifested you.
Me? Yes. The family needs to hear it. Benny, come to the fire pit.
Yes.
Brace yourself. Burn your marshmallows into the fire pit and listen to the story.
Right. So many years ago, I met this lovely lady called Bernie, and she was um, a larger than life character. She was
He was.
amazing. She
Yeah.
came from Malaysia, and from a she was actually truly royalty. So she had royal lineage in her blood. She was she
Mhm.
was she was genuine royalty. Um, and she'd been sent over to the UK. I don't know, to go to Cambridge or Oxford or something. You know what I mean? It was one of those daddy's money sort of thing, and she just never
Yes.
left. She stayed here basically. You know what I mean? And I mean, she was the first female bookie in the city of London, and she had five bookie shops at one point. Drove round in a bulletproof Rolls Royce. I mean, the full works. Do you know what I mean? Is this
Bulletproof.
a bulletproof Rolls Royce she used to drive round in to collect the takings from the bookies? Oh,
That's
honestly,
also sexy to me.
oh, she was amazing. Oh, I mean, a real character, guys. And
Okay.
but she did the tarot, and although I was aware of the tarot, she was the first person that really introduced me to the tarot. And we got to the stage where I'd have this crazy idea or this knowing, and I think, oh,
Mhm.
who else do I know who's as crazy as me to sort of like ask about this? And so I'd phone up Bernie and say, Bernie, get your cards out, get your cards out. And Bernie would do a reading for me. But Bernie would also do the same thing for me. And so Bernie would phone me up and say, Gary, get your pendulum out, get your pendulum out, check this out, you know. And so we were constantly bouncing off each other and doing this sort of stuff. Well, unfortunately, Bernie passed last September.
But she's happy now.
She is, yeah. But she did what she came here to do. She
She
really
did.
did. She did. She achieved. Bernie came here for a reason, and boy, did she do it. But obviously, when Bernie went, there's a big hole in my life because I had no larger than life character in my life, and I had
Mm.
no tarot card reader in my life, and I was a bit, oh my God. And this was around the time where I was friendly with Jenny, loved by Jenny Tarot. And Jenny, or just before, really, around that period, and Jenny mentioned Richard. And I thought, okay, I'll check him out. And the
Oh,
first time,
she's the one who recommend. Oh, I thought you recommended me to her.
no,
Oh, okay.
Jenny, recommended me to you because she did a call out on her channel and said, oh, you should really check out Richard. He's got lovely energy. And I thought, okay,
Jenny said that.
yes, she did. Yeah,
I missed it.
yeah, yeah.
Jenny. Woo, woo, woo. Mwah,
So
mwah,
Jenny's got a
mwah.
lot. Again, Jenny's got a lot to be thanked for, or not, as the case may be. So
I
I
didn't
checked.
know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I checked Richard out, and I just felt this energy, and I got this knowing straight away. I mean, oh, it's probably Bernie going, "He's the one. He's the one. You need to message him, say hello to him." And I got this knowing about something, doing something with Richard in the future. It was a very strong message, and so I, I messaged Richard and said, I think it was literally, "Hello, Richard. I'm Gary. We're going to be doing something in the future. No, it sounds a bit
Yeah.
crazy. Pull your cards and get back to me." And it was literally a few days later, you got the message. You did the cards, come back, said, "Yeah, buddy, the cards say yes. Here's my number." And from that moment onwards, and so in a way, I kind of manifested Richard into my life. But also, we were always meant to meet because Bernie had done the job that she needed to by
Yes.
introducing me to the tarot cards and things of a different kind of nature. Um, so one thing that Bernie had in her property that she rented was she had two big portals. There were actually three, but two big portals.
Mhm.
And things at night time used to come in and out of this portal. And in the end, she put a camera on the portal, and you'd get these like plasma bits and pieces coming, and plasma and little plasma lights flying around in the middle of the night. And I remember what one night, it was quite late and midnight or something. I got this message from her. She said, Gary, she said, my fence is on fire. I can see my fence is on fire. And you could see that her fence on the ring camera was on fire. It wasn't, it was plasma. Her fence wasn't on fire at all, but you could see the plasma coming off the fence. I mean, really weird things like that. And cats. This black cat just used to appear in and out of this portal all the time. It's
I'm
really,
seeing the black cat actually. Yeah.
yeah, really quite mad. This cat would just suddenly appear and sort of look at you and just do and just casually walk off. But we actually went round hers with divining rods, and the divining rods went absolutely mad over these portals. They spun like helicopters, and she also had an oak tree called aloella, and the oak tree used to talk to her, and she often used to sit in front of this oak tree, and this oak tree would give her messages. Now, Femi, you think we're quite crazy at this point, but seriously, what I'm telling you was absolutely true because this oak tree would look after Bernie and would give her messages and would protect her
I don't
while
think
she's there.
anyone thinks in the family thinks that we are wild or crazy because we're all aware, right, that the trees are elders.
Yes, yeah, this was a very old oak tree in an area.
Trees are like underground. What I see, sharks are in the sea.
Yeah, yeah,
Ley
yeah,
lines.
yeah. They're part of the collective consciousness of Gaia.
Yeah.
They're like Gaia's fingers. They're like her, how she feels and
Bernie is coming in strong, Ash. She's proud of you. She loves you. And like Whitney, she really digs me. Like
oh yeah.
she
Femi,
Tanner's really like
it,
honey,
yeah,
honey, baby. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Femi, if Bernie had ever met Richard in real life, she would have jumped on him and swallowed him whole. After she cooked him a very nice meal, of course.
Not as a cannibal, guys. So, Gary, do you mind? Because I had wrote in two,
Yes,
like one invocation for
please do.
generosity today, and one closing poem. So I was talking to Gary earlier on for the first 10 minutes before we started recording. I'm going, Gary, I don't know what to do. I got two things that I came out from meditation. So one is an invocation about gratitude, and the other one is a closing poem. So I would love now that we're, well, probably three-quarters through.
Yeah,
Could I do it?
it sounds like the perfect time to give a
Yay! Rock and
gratitude one
roll.
because we are all in gratitude, and you've done a lovely card reading, and you know this. I know normally, and this is a bit of a break from the norm. We normally do a deeper subject, but
No,
today,
I enjoyed today.
yeah, but
I didn't want to
today,
talk about dragons or Titan. I love them, but I needed a break.
yeah,
This, it's all boomerang. Isabella came out, and then we're coming out, and we're telling all of you how can you be an Isabella to someone you know. You don't have to have a channel. You're all just as important as us. If you're listening to us, Femi, sisters, brothers, mama bears, granny bears, you all have someone that you have a voice to. So become the Isabella for Gary, Mark, Richard. And there was a fourth one that I can't pronounce her
no,
name.
no, she was in Sweden, wasn't she? She was a Swedish
Yes.
lady, Swedish
So
channel.
I'll
So
become
we do
like that.
apologize.
I'll become that kind of energy, right? Because that's what the show, is all about, gratitude and the rippling effect, like becoming our own like butterfly effect of gratitude. If we got the queen, the gypsy queen who had, because she would not, we don't pay her, she will not ever talk about anyone she doesn't believe in.
Yeah,
And we are grateful. And now we're doing it. And now we're spreading it to all of you, all the family coming into one family. There is nothing about competition. Competition that day is dead.
yeah,
I don't subscribe. I don't register. I think we are all one. I know we are all one.
yeah,
And that's what they try to divide us.
yeah.
No, we reclaim sovereignty. We are one. So, how can you become an Isabella to someone? Is it your neighbor? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh, I'm gonna give you all, you're gonna love this. You're gonna have a little mission or homework. I want you all, everyone who's listening, think of one person, become Isabella to Gary, to Richard, and Mark Atwood. One person, every single one, because I can scan you, I can scan everyone here. Okay, I'm getting already 74% of you are gonna do it. That, babies, bravo, because you're making the golden era. You're Gaia's awakened child. You are remembrance. This is how we change. It's not looping. I don't even want to talk about the past. I'm so sick of the past. But are you ready for my beautiful mid-segment invocation, my
Yes, we
beautiful
are. We'd
Fabian
love to
Gary?
hear it.
Okay, so
Beautiful.
I need my eyeballs, right? All right, so here we go. This is called a generosity well. May we remember this, Fami. True wealth isn't what you hoard, it's what you pour. May every gift we give ripple back tenfold, not from duty, but from delight. May our helping hands and open hearts be the treasure chests that never ever run dry. May we trust that the well of kindness fills itself each time we dip our cup. May we stand for each other, shoulder to shoulder, not because we must, but because we can. And when we forget, may we gather again in laughter, in stories, in the simple miracle of showing up real one together. We bliss this circle. We bliss this tide. We bliss the generosity that made us Fami. Aho! And so it is.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, Femi, that lovely poem, incantation,
Yeah, invocation. Yeah.
invocation. What
We're gonna
Richard?
put it in the PDF.
Yeah, that being Richard's
Yeah.
channel PDF, so you can
That's
get
my
that.
gift to you, the family. Yeah.
Now, what Richard's talking about is very, very simple. Okay, when we're giving our gratitude out, our energy out, our positivity out, it's very simple. When we talk about just doing one little thing, it could be just saying to somebody, "You're looking good today.
Yes.
Aren't you looking well today?" Or "How lovely it is to see you." A smile to a stranger. You know, the smallest things have the biggest effect. When you,
Opening a door for someone and smiling back. Oh, I
yeah,
love your nails. They're so beautiful to the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
cashier. Yeah.
Oh, you look lovely in that dress today. Or God, you're looking smart, buddy. God, look at you.
Yeah.
What small things like that have a ripple effect. I mean, recently, a friend of ours, Mel was going over to see her. I cooked a load of food and I cooked too much. I'd made more as cauliflower cheese and I'd made too much cheese sauce, too much cauliflower. So what I
Mhm.
did is I put the extra. I've got colour again now.
I saw it.
Yeah. I put the extra into a small dish, and Mel took that round to this lady, and she had a free meal, a free evening meal, because we didn't need it, and it was just a small token that made the world to this lady because she lives on her own and she didn't have to go to the faff of cooking a cauliflower cheese. How easy is that? And it made no difference to me, and it made you know what I mean? But it
It
lightened up
changed her
somebody's.
life. Her, I can see her like her gratitude.
Yeah,
I feel her. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And
Bravo.
and it's small things like this, doing small things like this, you know. I mean, sometimes people struggle with a bit of DIY, and it's just a case of going around and just putting a screw in a wall so somebody can hang a picture up, you know. And most blokes have got those kind of tools, or Femi, your husbands have got these kind of tools, and if a friend needs a hand, offer him out, even though he's going to
Yes.
moan and groan
Yes.
about it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's that gratitude, and he'll do something, and he will then get the buzz of that gratitude coming back to him, which warms up and all this positivity then takes down. It changes the balance of the negativity to the positivity, and we are
Yeah.
changing the world bit by bit. And you say, oh, it's tiny little things. Yeah, it is a tiny little thing. 10 tiny things makes quite a big thing. 1,000 tiny things makes a very, very big thing.
And right now, one thing becomes 10 things because of the boomerang effect. So 10 things become 1,000 things, and so on and so forth, until you reach it and they reach it, and then we all have a beautiful awakening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because without doubt, Femi, in the next, I don't know, month, 6 months, however long it is, time, who knows what time, there will be some disclosures that are going to cause great pain to many people.
But not us here. It's
No,
for
no, no.
family members.
But we have to be mindful about this and support these people. And the support and love of in giving this gratitude out, this support and love to
Yeah,
extra
you're right.
people
You're right.
will make all the difference in the world, because when they've calmed down and they think about it, they're going to come back to you and they're going to ask serious, proper questions and not think of us as a fringe or slightly.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think that we need.
You're frozen, Richard. Oh dear. I wonder if he's got a storm and his power's gone out. Oh dear.
To answer them though also I depends
Oh, you're glitching, Richard, if you could hear me.
that,
Oh. Can you hear me, Richard?
pardon me, I'm
Yeah, you're freezing coming in and out.
hello, hello, frozen too.
You're proper glitching, my man. Oh, hopefully Richard will be back shortly. Yeah, so there we go. Are you back? Right, you just need to unmute. You're on mute at the moment, Richard. You're on mute. You need to unmute your microphone. This is the Mars retrograde, by the way. Sorry, the Mercury
Yay,
retrograde.
rock and
Yay!
roll, woo. Yeah, so it is like we do have a storm right here. It feels like a horror movie, at the finale, Friday the 13th, where the beautiful blonde heroine is running. That's how it is right now here.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you really did
So
glitch
that I
out.
guess that's what happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all that energy.
So did you. So both of us did. Yeah.
Well,
So what were we talking about? I
you
forget now.
you were about to say something about the gratitude of the moving forward of doing stuff for people, I think, but the kind of the
I
moment's
might have
gone.
been finished. Anyways, let's just go on because I get fueled by high yourself, and then I just like go on to like a tangent, your favorite word, brrr, and then I forget it. So yeah, I don't know what I was talking about because I was freezing for you,
Yeah, you're the one that's freezing. I'm fine. It's
but
because
you
your
were
connection.
freezing for me.
Yeah, because you're freezing your side.
Oh,
So
that's why.
yeah, yeah.
See, our guy knows that he might not like artificial intelligence, but he
I
seems
don't.
to know a
I can't stand
thing or
artificial
two.
intelligence.
I like it to me. I do. I do. I do because I don't feel that it's divided in two. So there was intelligence, like we are with them. So that is
Unfortunately, Richard,
a simulation. But then there was
unfortunately, you're glitching
corruption
again.
that happened. That's what you don't like.
The world. You're glitching again, Richard. Who's that? It's been me.
Glitching, like totally glitched. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's getting so bad. I think we're going to have to wind the show up, unfortunately. Richard's got a huge storm coming up, and it's affecting the electricity and the signal, obviously. So it's such a shame. We were going to announce. I suppose I still could, even though Richard's sort of glitched and gone again. Um, we were going to announce something very interesting for next week. Um, we're planning to do a live next week, Richard and I, and we will also be having. Oh, he's gone completely now. Yeah, we're planning to do a live next week, and we're going to have a small competition um, for some lucky viewers in the live regarding. I'm going to be giving away a an hour's worth of Zoom with me for a pendulum reading stroke chat, whichever you want. And I know Richard's got some plans for something as well. So unfortunately, it does appear that Richard's gone now because of the storm that's rolled in. So with that, we're going to have to say goodbye. But please like, share, and subscribe to Richard Cardinal, even though all you beautiful Femi have already. Um, and please like, share, and subscribe to myself, Alternative Interactions. And I'm very sorry that the show got cut a bit shorter than that. But what Richard will do, I'm sure, is he'll do a video in the next day or so, and he'll tell you all about his plans. And I will do a video as well, Tuesday or Wednesday, and tell you all about my plans as well for the live. But we are going to do a live, and so there'll be more details to come on that in the near future. So, with that, Femi, love, light, and blessings, and we're going to say goodbye. And I know Richard would be saying bye bye as well at the moment. So, love, light, and blessings. Bye, everyone.